Time to bring in Jeff Sica, market watcher of this Monday morning. Jeff, without being too cute, is this the beginning of the end or the end of the beginning?
Well, that's a good question, Stuart, because now everybody, we've grown used to volatility, but now we're dealing with some legitimate risk in the market. So I don't think it's the beginning of the end. I do think it's the end of the beginning. And what I mean by that is that, you know, that tired adage of everybody's a genius in the bull market? Everybody's been a genius. Now we're faced with some real threats. And if we're going to get through this as investors, we have to begin to be a little bit more cautious and a little bit more diligent when we decide where we're going to invest our money, because now you have the potential conflict with Ukraine. You have the Federal Reserve that may not be acting as a backstop. And you have just this overall sentiment where a market that's been pretty much priced to perfection has to decide what its next move is.
Okay, Apple and Microsoft report this week, two gigantic companies right at the heart of the tech explosion. Could they, I think the results are probably going to be good, I mean, making that judgment now, but could they put a floor under the tech market?
Stuart, I was just reminiscing with myself this morning when I was thinking about when we were talking about who's going to be the first $1 trillion company on your show. Now we have Apple, which is $3 trillion, and we have Microsoft, which is $2.3 trillion. These are tremendous companies, massive behemoth companies. They're both going to probably come out with some pretty good numbers. But what the question is going to be is, number one, what are they going to say in their conference? In their conference calls, do they really think that the supply chain issue is over? How do they think the Russian-Ukraine conflict is going to affect them? And what is the next step for Microsoft? Microsoft is firing on all cylinders with 40% of their revenue coming from the cloud. And this recent acquisition of Activision, which I think was brilliant, puts them in the video game market. Right. I think there's a lot to be optimistic of.
Look, hold on for a second, Jeff. I'll get back to you in a minute. I just saw the Dow down at 700 points, and all the big techs are way, way down.